Hello everyone, and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, Gruul Delirium. So, a lot of people have been talking about how after the ban, all the red decks kind of got pseudo-rotated out, right? And the best aggro deck left over would be, by default, the Gruul Delirium deck. Now, I'm here to check whether or not that is true, and I gotta say, I play a lot of versions of Gruul Delirium, and they're all kind of bad. A lot of black decks are still going around, just destroying every creature you play. So without creature, Delirium does not matter. And that's what's going on a lot of times I feel like when I play this deck. However, I did find a mix of cards, not my own deck list. I did find a mix of cards that I kind of tuned a little bit to this deck that I think actually made it work. And one of the namesake card of Delirium is the Bastion Worm. I'm not playing a Fly Trap anymore in this deck. I think this Worm is actually pretty good, because if we have Delirium, it's a 4-mana haste trampler that comes out of our graveyard. So your opponent can't even counter it, right? So that is very good. And getting Delirium in this deck is very easy, because we got artifact creatures, enchantment creatures, all the works. And a lot of people have been playing the Summon Broomhild to give your creatures haste. I found that not to be very useful in this deck because most creatures already came with haste, right? Screaming Nemesis has haste, Bastion Worm has haste, Wildfire Wickerfoes has haste, and when we break out a creature, it already have haste. So there's not really a point in having another creature that gives haste. So I cut that entirely out. A lot of people also want to play Terra. Let me talk about that. First of all, Summon. Right? I've cut the Summon Broomhild out. I also cut Terra out. Terra, the Magical Adept, looks good. Mills 5 cards, gets you Delirium pretty quickly. Not actually what we want to do with this deck, because it's a 3-mana 4/2 that does nothing the turn it comes into play in terms of damage. So yeah, we don't want that either. So this is the new Gruul Delirium deck that I think has been tearing up the meta a little bit. And the card that I found a lot of people wanted to use is Piggy Bank, a 2-mana 3/2 that when it dies we get a treasure token. It's deceptively good, because obviously your opponent doesn't want to get hit by a 3/2. It's a lot of damage. But if your opponent blocks it, it ramps us for a turn, and we might have a very explosive turn, getting an early Screaming Nemesis into a Bushwhack, or a Bastion Worm into a Violent Urge, or something like that. That would be scary, and that's kind of the idea of this deck. Now, let's talk about the whole deck list. Obviously, Delirium is to get 4 permanent types into your graveyard, which would mean that you have to have a lot of different permanent types that you slot into the deck, or not permanent types, sorry, card types. So we got land, we got creatures, we got artifacts, we got enchantments, and we got instant and sorcery. So a total of 6. We don't have planeswalkers in this deck because I don't think it's good to mix up the deck with bad cards for the strategy of this deck. Just try to hit Delirium. So that's why turn 1, all we want to do is Patchwork Beastie, but if we failing that, we don't want to miss a turn 1 for an aggro deck, so we also put in 4 Rubblebelt Maverick. This is actually a very good card in this deck, not just in roots decks. Number 1, if you only have a forest, and you play Rubblebelt Maverick, your opponent's going to play entirely differently against your deck, which is already funny, but more importantly, this helps you surveil, so we can actually get to Delirium very quickly. That's what we want to do turn 1. Bushwhack, almost never a turn 1 play, because we don't need that many lands in this deck, or to play this deck, so we don't want to fetch 4 land unless we absolutely have to. Right, this is more of a removal card. So that's our turn 1 play. Turn 2, we got a lot of plays. We got Fear of Missing Out to help us get Delirium, help us loot a card, a lot of good things. We also have 4 Piggy Bank. Nothing else, just throw it on the board so we can deal damage later on and ramps us. We have 4 Wildfire Wickerfolk. The funny thing about Wildfire Wickerfolk is it's a 2-mana 3/2 no matter what. It's always 2-mana 3/2 haste no matter what. It's always hasting, so it's already dealing damage the turn it comes in. But what's better is if we have Delirium, it's a 2-mana 4/3 that has haste and trample. So that obviously is better, but even if you don't have Delirium on your turn 2, you can still attack for 3 damage. It's not nothing. Right? And then, of course, we got 3 Breakout. We got to cut down a Breakout in this deck because we have a lot of 3-drops, actually, and a 4-drop in this deck. So, Breakout doesn't always hit, and it's not the end-all, be-all of the deck like it used to, or I used to think it was. So, there's only 3, but a lot of times you're going to break out a Piggy Bank. I think it's the idea of breaking out a Piggy Bank sounds pretty funny. And then 1 Scavenging Ooze. Scavenging Ooze is real good in the current matchup, or current format, because there's a lot of graveyard decks out there. But I'm not running the other card. I forgot what that raccoon is called. Let's see, what is it called? It's a 2-mana Keen Eye Curator. We're not running this card because it requires 2 green pips, and the problem with that is, well, my mana is always wonky, and it doesn't do anything other than exile cards from the graveyard for a while, for just 1 mana each time. Whereas with our Scavenging Ooze, whenever we exile a creature card from the graveyard, we gain life and it gets a +1/+1, so it grows immediately, which is pretty important in the current matchups, in a lot of current matchups. So that's our turn 2 play. Turn 3, Screaming Nemesis. We scream at them. We got the good old Karen here. And this card is great not only because it's hasting the 3/3 damager that we can also use to deal damage to our opponent should they block and turn off their life gain. All that is nice. But it's got an extra advantage in Bushwhack with Screaming Nemesis. Because a Bushwhack on a Screaming Nemesis is almost an instantaneous kill whatever our opponent has kind of card. So this is really good combo. And if our opponent has nothing, just a 3/3 on board, we can Bushwhack a Screaming Nemesis and turn off their life gain and remove on the same turn. That's fun. Right, so that's this part of the deck. And then we have one Maelstrom Worm. Just one because it's a good card, but you don't want a lot of these clogging up your hand. And the only way to discard it is FOMO. You can mill it, but only way to discard it is FOMO. So we don't really want too many Maelstrom Worms. And then the tricks in this deck. Bushwhack I already talked about. This is the land draw, I guess the land fetch that double back as a fight spell. So, good removal all around. Because we can get a turn 1 Patchwork Beastie out, we can remove any early game creatures very easily with these combo. And then later on we can Screaming Nemesis Bushwhack. But the actual combo to win the game is the Violent Urge plus Overprotect. This is the combo right there. Double Strike plus Trample on a FOMO that attacks twice. Oh, GG. That's the whole idea, right? And the best thing about Delirium is if we do put Overprotect on a FOMO, that will be a 5/6. If we put Violent Urge on that FOMO, it will be a 6/6. And if we have Delirium, which isn't hard to do in this deck, it will be a 6/6 Trample, Hexproof, Indestructible, Double Strike. Yeah, that's right. That's lethal on that turn. This is a turn 3 play if you can pull it off, right? Turn 1 Patchwork Beastie, turn 2 FOMO, turn 3 Overprotect plus Violent Urge. Game. That's fun. Let's see if we can pull that off. The rest is lands. We've got 21 lands. I cut a lot of lands in this deck because I don't want to get flooded, and we do have, where is it? We do have Bushwhack, if nothing else, to get us lands. So we got 2 mountains and 5 forests, 4 Copperline Gorge, 3 Karplusan Forest, 1 Restless Ridgeline for a man land to attack, 3 Thonespire Verge, and then 3 Fabled Passage, which can put a land into our graveyard while getting us a land that we need. That's the whole idea of the deck. Talk a lot about it in the intro. Let's see how well it can actually do in the standard metagame. Alright, our opponent is Simonius. He goes first. At this point, are we surprised that our opponent goes first? They have temples. Dude, they have temples. I'm about to lose to some asshole with a temple. No words. And I drew Maverick turn 2. So there's that. Here's a Piggy Bank. You want to counter that? He does want to counter my Piggy Bank. His hand is full of counter spells. Let's play a land and pass turn, right? Stalk him. Okay. Oh, I have haste no matter what, huh? If that's the case, maybe I just want to haste the Wildflow. It's 3 damage either way. Okay. How about some lands? Jeff Bezos' time? It's probably Jeff Bezos' time. Jaya? What?
Things are getting heated, and I'm
Create
here
a monk?
to make it blazing.
Exile the top 2? Just gonna create a monk with prowess.
The experience will do you good.
Do we just Bushwhack it? Not a very good card, right? If I Bushwhack it's a sorcery in the graveyard, it's not really much. Whereas if I Nemesis and attack, no, it doesn't do it either. So I think we just Bushwhack it. I mean, our opponent insists on using it the whole turn, so gotta let him have it.
Can't snuff me out.
No tramples here. This is where Monstrous Rage would have been good. Shiko on stock up. I would have sorcery and land. Yeah, sorcery and land won't do it. And I got a Piggy Bank, which also won't do it, so we'll get the Nemesis. Everybody go in. Let's give me Delirium. I don't know how much of that will matter. Here's a Shiko out. Wait, does it investigate? Do I investigate here? Another Shiko. What can he get? No more lies. That's about it. We'll do that. Maybe it's something. I don't know. I'm gonna try to put this on the Piggy Bank. See if there's a stick. No stick. Where does he block? He's got one white mana. I don't know what else he can do without. If he has Elspeth's Might, I guess that's something. Not Elspeth's Might. So we got there. Scrappy, but we got there. So that's one win for the table, or for the list. Alright, our opponent is Darko99. What a little Darko. Opponent goes first, and we got the one lander. This is not even green, so I can't play any of these. Nice. Okay, 2 lands now. Put back the Urge. I think we put back the Urge. Urge is a good card, but not when I have nothing else to do with it. They mold a 5. Jeez. What kind of a deck most of 5, I wonder? Oh, my Overprotect. That's unfortunate. Maybe I can get a FOMO here? I mean, do you think you'll run the gate? I don't get a FOMO, but I do get Scavenging Ooze. So, that is the card I want. This looks like a Reanimator deck, so always nice to have an Ooze out against Reanimator. Stock ups. Probably going after the Ooze now. I do have Sorcery. Instant and Sorcery. I need to mill a artifact creature or an enchantment creature. Otherwise, I Bushwhack into a Wild Folk and just try to get 5 damage in. That's not great, right? It's taking a long time for a stock up. This looks like a Reanimator deck or some sort of Grixis. I don't know what else Grixis does other than reanimating. It's too many colors. I did hit a land. I did hit a land, but I can't hit a creature into the graveyard anyway, so guess we'll just Bushwhack. Yeah, right? Like, if I play the Maverick there, I won't be able to play the Wild Folk. Don't that's worth it. Okay. That's 3 mana. What's he planning to do with 3 mana? Because he can't toss a reanimating target into the graveyard against my Ooze. Unless he's gonna kill my Oozes. No, okay. Buddy. Buddy. That is not how you play this game. We'll just attack. See? Have nothing. Yeah, he did have nothing. Okay, well. He might have 2 reanimating targets, right? I need a green. So I gotta just pass turn. Okay, GG. Yeah, I think he saw the Ooze. Nice place. Alright, our opponent is Exodus 360. Yep. Opponent goes first. I was gonna say, can I finally get a go first? No. Rubblebelt, Fear of Missing Out. Very good hand. Incredibly good hand. Too bad we're not going first, so sometimes good hands don't matter if you're going second. Let's go. Actually, a lot of times. Is this a zombie? I don't know what card this is, but it looks cool. Mulligan, black white, Scrowl. Okay, I am curious at what he's playing. This is very close to just getting Delirium right here. Cloud. Oh, did I accidentally stumble upon Hammer Time? What is this? What is going on here? Do I even attack? What does this do? Whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card and discard a card. That player loses life. Oh, okay. So that's what's going on. I'm gonna toss this Breakout here. Because, I'm gonna need all these cards to do their stuff. Should have attacked. I guess it would... I don't know if that 1 mana is gonna matter, or 1 damage is gonna matter. Whenever it deals damage, right? Oh boy! Yo. Did this just happen? Yeah, we're just gonna do this. Seems fun. No blocks, huh? I'm gonna overprotect this FOMO. And I'm gonna give it a double strike. And I'll do it again. That just happened. Yeah. You just take it. GG. G -5. That was a sick opener. Alright, our opponent is Furibe. I've played this guy before. We go first. No 1-drops and 4 lands still. I don't know how I keep hitting the 4-lander with this 21 land deck, but it keeps doing it. I think we put away the bank. So that would put away the land. But there's not a good land to put away, right? So we put away the Piggy Bank, I think. That's awkward. Because I can't play the Thornspire Reverse turn 1, otherwise I can't get the Beastie out. If that's the case, do I even want to keep my Fabled Passage? Because I need a turn 1, turn 2 land. Maybe I throw away the Fabled Passage. Well, let's see what's going on here. Land War Waste, pass turn. Okay, we throw away our Violent Urge and get a Verge. Let's get a Piggy Bank down, I guess. Do we? He has a cut down on the Wicker Folk. Yeah, if he has a cut down on the Wicker Folk, I'll feel bad. See, there was a cut down. If he uses on the Piggy Bank, I'll have Delirium soon. Not yet. I need to land in the graveyard. He's not using his cut down yet. He will. Don't think he's gonna tear Thunder or Piggy Bank. He could, that'd be kind of funny, but it's not a good idea, so. Mosswood Dread Knight as a blocker. Cool. But you throw away a Bushwhack. So that's instant sorcery. Do we get the Wicker Folk out? Yeah, whichever one he blocks, I'll have Delirium, right? Or I could just attack with the Piggy Bank. See if he blocks. He doesn't block. If he doesn't block, then I will play my second Piggy Bank. And I'll put another Beastie out. There you go. I didn't want to put out the Wicker, Wildfire Wicker Folk without Trample, because that's kind of just wasteful. He draws a card after playing a land. Don't think I agree with that. I drop a land, so almost Delirium? No. This might give it to me, but it means that I don't get the wild. Yeah, I mean, I should probably still do this, though. No, not that. I got a land. Putting a land in the graveyard isn't anything. Putting a creature is. Because I will do that. Yeah. Turns everything on. It's pretty important to turn everything on. So you want to take 12 here? It's a lot of damage. It's down to 6. Nope, couldn't do it. GG. Alright, our opponent is Disassembled Signal. He's kind of crafty about it. We get to go first. Once 1,000 years. Red. Higher Claw. We drop a land. Drop a creature. I get another land, okay. Swifty. It's probably a shock or something, right? I have a creature already. I don't want to lose my FOMO. I drop an Overprotect. Now, I have instant creature. I don't have sorcery, so Breakout is a sorcery. This would definitely do in the Breakout this turn. Do I want this land? I kind of do want this land. You can stay back. Another Maverick. Yeah, that's fine. They don't have Monstrous Rage, so I don't have to worry about this board. Basically does nothing here, but I'll put a creature in the graveyard. For funds. Dreadmoth Ire. Oh, I guess he did have some sort of trample. I don't think that does it though, so... Alright, I have 2 creatures in the graveyard, right? 2 creatures. So even without this creature, I have instant sorcery, creature, artifact. This will be 5. Double attack for 5 is lethal. I can also +3/+3 on this, so it's 5. But that's not lethal. So let's get the worm out. Take that, red. New aggro in town. GG. Alright, our opponent is Starek72. Starek? Star CK? I don't know what it is. Okay, I guess we Bushwhack turn 1. It's not great. Do we even Bushwhack turn 1? I don't know, I have lands. It does put something into the graveyard, but still does Breakout. I don't think I need to put a Bushwhack. Oh, great mirror. Perfect game. Wallfolk or Patchwork? Wallfolk. Yeah, I don't have time to use my Delirium, so I'm just gonna... Okay, not mirror. I thought it was mirror. If this is the case, do I throw out a Screaming Nemesis? I think my Screaming Nemesis will die to this, right? The Piggy Bank? Three mana, nothing. Ooh. That is interesting. Toss my Piggy Bank. Okay, it's gonna be a 4 mana nothing because that's gonna be game. In fact, this board is pretty much game already, so you gotta kill something. Okay, our opponent played 3 lands and just quit. That works too. I understand that arena or the standard has gotten slower, but not this slow. Alright, our opponent is Nasty Nate. Ew. Gross. We go first. Maverick into Wildfire. Something. Let's see if we can pull this off. I don't know why I'm calling this Maverick, but I'm calling this Wildfire. Right? It's a weird naming convention for me, but it is what it is. Put 2 cards in the grave. Oh, Nemesis and Urge. Okay, definitely don't want the Urge. Probably also don't want a Nemesis because of how I don't have a land. So this gave me Pseudo Delirium. Halfway there. Thronespire Verge. At least it doesn't hurt me. So do I Wicker Folk or do I break? I think we break out here. Just hope I don't whiff. Close enough. We got 3 damage either way. Dredger's Insight. Beautiful. It's a good thing I hit what I have. He wants the FOMO. Do I want to hold up a green just because I can? Because he can FOMO into reanimate, right? That's real scary, so maybe I hold up a green just because I can. Gotta put the ooze out. I don't know what he reanimates, but it could happen, so not going to let this do whatever it wants. Joshua. Discard 2, draw 2. He has no creature in the graveyard so far. And whenever I exile a creature, his Dredger's Insight does come life. So, give him that 1 life. Ooh, a FOMO. Okay. Do we FOMO here for the Rubblebelt? I don't. I do have a creature, so the Rubblebelt don't do anything. I could FOMO the Wildfire. I already have an instant, so really it's just the Wildfire that will get me there. Or I could Rubblebelt. No, I think I do this to the Wildfire. I mean, does that really matter though? Because I will get Delirium, but can't really use it. Still think I do this. Well, discard a card to draw a card. I draw the same card. I don't think he can reanimate right now, so. It does get double strike, but that's kind of pointless. To bring him down to low life. You could probably reanimate right now on the Joshua, but it won't be very good. And our Wildfire Wicker Folk will get there. 4 mana human. I could have dealt an extra 3 damage at the cost of my Piggy Bank. I don't think that's worth it. Let's think about killing the Ooze. Torch? Cool. Does not kill the FOMO by doing this. Hope he's happy about that. He plays his FOMO. Wish I had Vigilance. I don't. He does keep a Cavern on human, so don't think there are that many 1-drop humans in this kind of deck. Discarding a Yuna? No. Discarding a... not a very useful card. So we'll get the Wicker. Yeah, playing this does not help at all, so let's get the Wicker Folk here. Everybody get in there. GG! Damage get through. Alright, our opponent's local max. Well, you're fighting global min, so let's see who does it. He's gonna do it. That's a way better hand than what I have. I can Copperline Gorge and try to hit a land. I guess I'll have to do that. But I don't get to go first, so I don't think any of this matters. When you're playing an aggro deck like this, going first is half the battle. And we lost half the battle, so you can win the other half of 50%. It's not passing. Yay. I'll keep. I'll even say hi. But this is a trash game, if we ever seen one. Eh, opponent? Would you like to do something? He plays a Plinks. Are we just gonna quit right here? Oh boy, okay. I guess we're gonna quit right here. So far we hit 1 land out of 10 cards. Can I hit 2 lands? Oh, saved by the lands. Do we FOMO here? I think we FOMO the Piggy Bank. I guess I could attack first. I don't think it matters. He's not killing the Rubblebelt Maverick. 2 mana stick, so it's a get lost. If it is a get lost, do I get rid of my... I still think I get rid of my Piggy Bank. Fabled Passage. He didn't get lost my fear. 3 mana Caretaker's Talent. Okay, he's giving himself some time, because he thinks he has time. That's sorcery here? Oh, none of these are sorcery. This might give me something. Let's see. I get the Wicker Folk. I mean, I don't need to put the land in the graveyard, I already have. I already have the stuff, right? He's down to 8. He needs to put up a blocker. Nope, no blockers, just GG. Our opponent also just only played the Caretaker's Talent and left. Alright, our opponent is Rod Bit. Sure. My god. My god. 4 of a kind. I wish I was playing poker. Please don't be white. Okay. Black mana, sweet. I drop a breakout. You remember this guy? There's a bunch of them. Oh boy. Our opponent must be tripped the fuck out. Collector's Vault. Alright. Oh no. I wanted that. I have a sorcery, right? I do have a sorcery. What can I break out into? Oh, a FOMO. I mean... Is that... That's not lethal. Artifact creature... Not quite, huh? Do I have an instant? Okay. Won't let me do the math, but this is 9. Let me do the math. If he won't let me do the math, I will do the math for him. 9, 10, 11, 12, but then I get another attack, so 12 plus 4 is 16. So he'll be at 4 facing down this board with 3 mana. Good luck with your Reanimator deck. Welcome back, everyone! Now that you saw all of those Delulu games, how does this deck feel? I have to come clean though, I played several versions of Delirium to make this deck work, and all of the other decks are horrendous. I basically could not get any win in any of the other Delirium decks unless our opponent was extremely mana screwed. And I mean extremely. If they missed a land on 1 or 2 turns, it didn't even matter. They still beat us because this deck has no additional card draw, and it has no sort of a overarching sort of a goal other than just dealing damage incrementally. Before I slot in the Screaming Nemesis, and I had a, what is that other card called? Tursa? I had Tursa instead of Screaming Nemesis, and I had a Fly Trap. And I had the Fly Trap instead of the Worm. Oh, that deck was bad, and I don't know how to explain how bad that deck is, but basically if our opponent removed our turn 1 or turn 2 creature, that game was already over. And you know, even having Delirium means nothing. It was very easy to trigger Delirium, but then what? Then we had a 4-3 on board where our opponent has, you know, Shieldred out and things like that. It meant nothing. That deck was terrible. I had to get really lucky. I even lost to life gain, which is the life gain is already a meme. And putting Screaming Nemesis in the deck and losing the life gain just feels terrible. But yeah, that Delirium deck, I don't want to say it's overall bad, but it's not the end-all be-all aggro that a lot of people are saying it is. This deck, however, does have more oomph to it because we have that blowout of the Violent Urge plus Overprotect. A lot of decks doesn't even run this combo, which is insane. This is a perfect Delirium combo to run. This is the good combo, but we also have Screaming Nemesis if you want to turn off their life gain. We got the Bellstorm Worm to get like a sneaky 5 damage haster that could be a lethal turn. And we have Bushwhack for removal. A lot of the Delirium decks are very lacking in removal, and if our opponent has early game creature with Shelter by Ghost, that's game over. So yeah, there's a lot of things that could go wrong with this deck that could not have gone wrong with the old mouse package. So there is a lot more thought going into this deck, a lot more tricks to play this deck, but it does make it a little bit more fun to play. So this is a fun aggro deck, I would say that. And Gruul Delirium, go try it out. If you like aggro, you'll like playing this deck. It's not easy, but when you win, the wins are very satisfying. That's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.